What's up guys, hope you're doing fantastic. Today we have the Hyundai Verna. This car has done about 36,000 kilometers and has been driven at high speeds on gravel roads. So today we'll be taking it for servicing at Hyundai. We'll be checking the suspension setup for any possible damage. We'll check for any leakages from the engine bay. We'll also change the engine oil, the gear oil. So let's check out all the details in the video. There we have the front suspension. That is the front strut, and there is no visible oil leakage from the front strut. It looks all okay. Now we have the steering link. We'll check the ball joint for any play. That is the stabilizer link and inner tie rod. There should not be any play or visible bends or dents in the suspension. So after 36,000 kilometers and rough riding also, the suspension setup looks all good. Also we'll check the brake pads for the rotor wear. It seems that the brakes are okay. We are raising the car to check for possible leakage damages if any underneath. So there we can see there is no leakage from the gearbox, but the engine oil drain plug area seems a little wet. We will also check for drive shaft seal leakages. That's the right hand side drive shaft, and there is no oil leakage from the shaft. No, there is no oil leakage. Only that's the gearbox. It's all dry, no oil leakages. That's the left hand side drive shaft, and also no oil leakage. It looks all good from underneath here. Everything seems okay except that there is some wet oil marks on the intercooler pipe. We have opened the rear drum brake to inspect the brake pad condition. The brake pads on the rear drums have not been changed till date and it looks all fine. Just a little sanding. So that's the rear drum. I have changed the front brake pads to Brembo. So if you want the part number for Brembo, it must be showing here. Braking is so good after installing the front Brembo brake pads. The rear shock absorber also seems okay. There is no oil leakage from the shock absorbers. I am pretty impressed with the suspension setup on this Hyundai Verna. The suspension is on the firmer side, and only due to rigid built suspension I am able to do 140 kmph plus speeds on gravel and pothole ridden roads. Yes, upsize 205 tire is required though, as company fitted 195 section tires are scary at high speed. Even after rough driving, we could not find any problem with the suspension. This suspension is better than that of the Creta. The Creta has a softer suspension and the ride is very bumpy. So both the rear brakes has been sanded and cleaned, and now we are putting back the rear drum. So that's the screw, one screw, and that's it. The rear drum is fitted. A little hammer and then again tighten the screw and it's done. We will be draining the gear oil at 36,000 kilometers. So that's the refill plug. We have opened the refill plug. Let me show you. There, through this plug we will be refilling the gear oil, and now there we have the drain plug. So once we open the drain plug, the gear oil will pour out. There, that's the old gear oil. This oil has done about 36,000 kilometers and it is recommended to change the gear oil. So there we have the gear oil. Hyundai uses 75W85 gear oil. Other car manufacturers uses generally 75W90, 80W90 gear oil. But the special 75W85 gear oil used by Hyundai makes its gearbox butter smooth. The shifts are sleeker, and this is the main reason for the smoothest gearbox offered by Hyundai. So there we can see the gear oil is all drained out. Let me show you the gear oil. So there we have the 75W85 gear oil from Servo, and in general in the market we get 80W90 oil. This 80W90 oil is heavier and protects the gearbox. Let me show you the price. There you can see the price of 75W85 mineral oil. and now 80W90 mineral oil. So 80W90 is cheaper than the 75W85. So there we are filling the gear oil. This pipe is connected to the fill hole on the gearbox, and this is how the gear oil is being filled. On Amazon we can find ZIC 75W85 gear oil. This is fully synthetic gear oil and is imported product. 75W85 gear oil grade is very light oil, and this is responsible for sleeker shifts in Hyundai gearboxes. So please always use 75W85 recommended gear oil in Hyundai. You can also use gear oil additive. LiquidMoly makes good gear oil additive. It is MoS2 based additive and reduces wear, friction and temperature of the gearbox. If you are using mineral oil, then it is highly recommended to use gear oil additive from LiquidMoly. So the gear oil filling is over. There, let me show you. You can see there, gear oil is almost full and it is dripping. So we'll remove the pipe and close the filling hole, and that's it. The gear oil has been refilled. There, we'll gently remove the pipe and close the, there we are closing it with the nut. That's it. The gearbox is full with gear oil. We have changed the engine oil filter and now refilling the car with Shell Helix 5W30 engine oil. Hyundai recommends 5W30 engine oil for its diesel Verna, and it uses about 5.3 liters of oil. You can always log on to the Hyundai website and check the engine oil recommended by the company. Many service centers also insist on using 15W30 or 15W40 engine oil for the diesel Verna. However, please do check the Hyundai website for the correct engine oil specifications. The older generation fluidic Verna uses 15W30 engine oil, which is heavier and thicker. 5W30 engine oil is lighter. Once the car has crossed about 35,000 kilometers, it is recommended to use ceramic additives. There are many types of ceramic additives available, but I recommend LiquidMoly Ceratec. This forms a ceramic coating inside the engine surface and reduces the friction and engine wear. This is highly recommended to be used in the engine for better performance. I have used Ceratec in my previous old Hyundai Verna fluidic, and today I will be using Ceratec in my newer Hyundai Verna. So after the new engine oil is poured, you can pour a full bottle of Ceratec in the engine. So that's it. If you have liked the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, see you. Bye bye.